Hello everybody, it has been a period, hasn't it, since I uploaded something. There has been a lot going on in my life, and a fair bit going on with Star Citizen, though more on the drama side than on the content side, I think, as I prepare my lady character here to get to Orison Spaceport. So yes, we have patch 3.20 now. And with the patch of 3.20, we are losing Olisar, and we are gaining the new Seraphim station, which is going to be one of the main points of the video, because I've not been there yet. I didn't go there in the PTU, so I'm going to be going there and having a little run around, just to see what that's like. We also have the next stage of the space trucking lifestyle. If that's your sort of thing. It very is much my sort of thing. I loved space trucking in Elite Dangerous, and I loved it in Eve as well when I played Eve online. I can't find my Galena set, and this makes me unhappy. Maybe it's in the next window. I'll just find helmets. So I'm very much looking forward to trying out the Hull C as well. I took the sort of little dodgy step of upgrading my 600i into the Hull C. So I'm going to miss my 600i, but it hasn't had its rework yet. And I think I'm going to get a lot more playability value out of the Hull C anyway than I did my 600i. If I do stuff now, or if I go around and do random bits and bobs, I tend to use my Carrack a lot more than I use my 600i. So it sort of swings and roundabouts. There's a lot of artifact glitching right now in this. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying out my Hull C. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my character dressed, and we can talk about some of the things that have been happening in Star Citizen in my life. We are going to move a bunch of this very cluttered inventory stuff up to Seraphim Station, because I intend to use that as my little home base now. And then we will try out the Hull C and do some space trucking. There we go, we're on the tram now, and my character is dressed, albeit with the backpack as well. Nice to see the inventory little glitching bug is still in game. So, what's been going on? I had some health issues that's still ongoing, and whilst that hasn't really slowed me playing down games, I have been playing lots of games. I've just not been playing a lot of Star Citizen. I haven't gone off it, so to speak, but I think you'll forgive me and agree with me in saying that there is a lot of very good games that have come out just recently that I've definitely been diving into and playing. So alongside my usual fare like Holdfast, Final Fantasy XIV, I have been playing World of Warcraft a little bit because my friend dragged me back kicking and screaming into Azeroth. And oh, what's going on with my tram here? Interesting. And as well as that, of course, we have had Starfield, which is fantastic. I've had so much fun in Starfield. I'm sort of trying to slow down my pace of playing it so I don't steamroll through it. And of course, we've had Baldur's Gate 3 as well. Both of those are fantastic games. So I've been having lots of fun playing different games lately and not been dipping my pinky into Star Citizen. Because Star Citizen, whilst I do love it, is still very much the same in a lot of regards, and mainly coming on to check out new things and show you guys the new things as well as I go through and try them for myself. So, here we are, August Dunno Spaceport. We're going to go to the hiatus, then we're going to go to the terminal. We're going to get into, I think we should probably take my Carrack and wing everything into the Carrack and take it up to Seraphim Station, and then we will have a look around Seraphim and we will have a play with our Hull C. When it comes to Star Citizen, of course, there has been a fair bit going on in the background. I have been listening to some of it and viewing some of it through other content creators and such, but I haven't really been tuning into it all that much myself. The main thing that kind of affected me that was annoying was the changes to the concierge perks, shall we say. So that was a big drama llama that went on a while ago. And as such, because I haven't spent £25,000 on the game, I lose my Wave 1 PTU access, which was a bit of a pain in the bum. But I stuck with it, and I didn't pay my £10 subscriber money to go and be able to use Wave 1 PTU. I figured I would just wait for it to drop this time, and then I would do a video on it, which is what I'm doing now. So it did irk me a little when CIG, not only changed the system, which seems to be sort of
Please visit us again.
bobbing off the old guard, I should say, like the old concierge guard, and they seem to be getting less and less now as perks. But when they did their little speech about it, and they said that, oh, we're doing it to sort of cull the numbers in Wave 1 PTU, because we don't want it to get overmassed and all this stuff. And they said, we don't want the servers to be absolutely rammed with people on Wave 1 PTU. So unless you paid £25,000, you're not going to get in Wave 1 PTU. But if you pay us £10, you can go and flood the servers just like you used to be able to. And yeah, that was a bit of a sour taste. So, bit of drama going on in that regard, isn't there? I say it. Star Citizen also hit, I think it was $6 million in funding as well. So that's been going around the news cycle lately. You know, the old, this game is a scam. Blah, 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 blah. Your personal opinion is your personal opinion. I like the game. I'm having fun with it. If you think it's a scam, that's your opinion. So yeah, there's lots of news going around Star Citizen, but when it comes to actual development, of course, we have 3.20 now, and everybody who plays the game and who's into it and everything is essentially waiting for CitizenCon to see what we get when it comes to Squadron 42, I think is the big one. Everyone's waiting for Squadron 42 news. I think if we don't get some Squadron 42 news at CitizenCon, CIG are really going to have fumbled the ball, and I think they're going to lose a lot of people's perspective on the project as a whole, because everyone has waited so long for some more Squadron 42 news, especially since now this is a 2-day CitizenCon, not just a one-day event like the last one was that I went to in 2019. Right, we're in our carrack, we're in the hangar. Let's try and bung all of our stuff inside our carrack so we can go up to Seraphim Station. Move all, you're going to work. That worked. Try that again. Thought. We will turn the filters on because that... Oh, it's working. Look at that. There we go. We have our main fare, and that actually worked first time. I didn't have to keep re-clicking it and letting the inventory reload. I have noticed in the chat that some people were saying there's some like inventory bugs going on right now. Aside from the normal, like I said, you have to sometimes click it a few times and let the inventory reload. Still, why is my ramp access 27 million kilometers away? Some things change, some things stay the same. I've heard that apparently though this one has actually been quite a stable patch launch. Obviously I'm not playing on day 1, that was yesterday. Yeah, definitely yesterday. So this is day 2. So hopefully some of the... I know there was an outage as well. So hopefully a lot of the major issues have been resolved. We'll see. Okay, here we go. To the better part of a decade. We've lost Port Olisar, and now we have Port Olisar 2.0. This is Seraphim Station. Modelled to look like Port Olisar, however, will look very different due to the fact it will have modern docking facilities. There we go, now the lighting's changed. And it will have all the amenities that are required for larger ships, such as the Hull C. So this is why I wanted to make it my own base, because I like later where it's positioned. I liked using Port Olisar as a base. The only thing I didn't like about Port Olisar was that I couldn't spawn things like my 890 there. Now, however, I can, because it has docking booms, which are not only going to be used for the Hull C, they're also going to be used for the 890 and the Hammerhead. So, love, love, love that we do have an upgraded station now. As much as Port Olisar will be missed. Rip Port Olisar. So I'm sure they'll find some way to do something with it in the future. They'll put it in some arena commander map or something like that, maybe in theatres of war, something. But let us dock.
Thank you for contacting EDL Landing Assist.
Now we can go over there. Oh, is this a hangar? It looks like a hangar. See the big cargo terminals over there? All the big cargo stuff. I do like it though. Oh, there's a poor unfortunate victim. That looks like what used to be a Corsair. Like it. It's massive. So much bigger than Olisar was, just by the ship. If you're kind of playing, it's hard to get across the sense of scale in this game. This place does look huge. I'm looking forward to seeing where the booms are. Yeah, back down. Horus and Crusader looking very pretty. Definitely the bits of a Corsair. I don't know what happened to that. Hope we don't end up like him. Well, it's been a while. I've docked the Carrack. Let's hope we don't just mince it and crush ourselves here. There we go, still got it. Like a glove. Look at that, perfect.
Hey,
There we go, now it's behaving itself. Just being a bit of a stickler. Server desync and inventory lag. Right then, let's go and see what the interior is like and if it's model. Oh, it's a good job we did get everything in there.
please vacate the area.
We're going to see what the interior is like and if it's any different to the other modular stations.
For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
Apparently my boarding ramp's over there again, 27 million kilometers away. Yeah, definitely similar to the other mod. But now out the window.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Oh, the NPCs are sat down at least. They're not standing on chairs like they normally do. And like they normally do in Starfield as well. Yes, I saw those memes. Oh, that's pretty. That's a very, very precariously steering Ares. Yep. That's an interesting docking technique. Well, whatever works for you, I suppose. Oh dear, I've missed this game and the silly things that they do. Okay. I want to have a quick look around the station, so I want to see what stores there are. Oh, I landed about 10 minutes ago. What do you want about, game? Here's the easy hub, which means there must be a med bay around close. There it is. So here's the medical clinic. I'm going to reset my spawn point here. But now we spawn on Seraphim Station. There we go. Now the clinic is my respawn point. So, done the main two things I want to do every patch, which is change the respawn point to where I'm going. And I've also moved all my stuff. So, and the main two things. Let's just check that my hull C is in my listing. And then I'm going to go through the cargo procedures for using it, because they're pretty extensive compared to other ships. So,
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
MISC, Hull C, there she is.
Please
Let's pull up my procedures and we'll get started. So the first step, of course, looking back now,
welcome
is we have to
the
deliver
ASOP Vehicle
the Hull
Retrieval
C so
System.
that it is indeed at Seraphim Station. So, we'll deliver it. Seraphim Station. It will be there now, and then we need to go to the admin office, which of course will be back on the Galleria where we were. We will make my way there. Okay, here it is. Our admin office is on the upper floor, literally above the lifts. The lifts are downstairs. So, next thing is we need to find some cargo to use. I don't know what is good to trade, but I want to put something on my Hull C. So select location, Hull C. Hydrogen, very high inventory. What to use? We'll buy some hydrogen. And I have plenty of money, so I say we put about 200k's worth on. Yeah. Pick up from cargo deck required, as you can see. So now we need to go to our Hull C, call it, and get aboard. I have not yet been on board my Hull C. This will be my first time.
System.
And I see Hull C.
Vehicles, your vehicle has been
Docking
delivered
port
to the
2.
following location.
So, like I said,
Please visit
this is being called at a docking port now and not at a hangar. I don't know if it can actually fit in hangars. There's a good point to note. I know it can land when it's closed up, but I don't know if it will fit inside a hangar. I suppose we'd have to find out by taking it to a planet, wouldn't we? But like I said, it's not. It can land planet side when it's closed up, but this is very much a space trucking ship, which is one of the things I love about it. It's not meant to land on planets, because once it's extended, can't do that. There she is. Very pretty Crusader in the background. That's a very cool visual. Hope the docking doesn't have a fit. I'm not trying to get rid of it when I run up to it like it has done so many times with my 890. Docking port's quite close to the bridge, which is nice. Aboard bridge. MISC letterbox view as standard, but still, some things we can change, some things we cannot. We're aboard. Engines on. Power on. We are still docked. There we go, disengaging the clamps. There in the end. We'll move away. I like the doorway on top.
Thank you. And
Little
please visit
access
again.
thing there. You can hear the docking boom moving inside. And there she is. That's when she's all closed up. It looks so tiny inside. This thing is colossal, even when it's closed up like it is right now. I'm going to put the landing gear down for giggles, because I do want to see what the landing gear looks like. I know it's fairly substantial. I watched a morphologist's video on a little tour and walk around of it. I saw his gripes, and I have to say I have to agree with them. Big, 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 big. Okay, that's that. Let's look around this thing. Cargo transfer requested. Okay, and you have 10 minutes to begin the transfer. Right, so we need to extend this thing. I found it straight away, which is nice. G-safe limiters. Extend cargo spinule. Oh. And this activity here of it being able to grow, extend, and have these cargo booms come out is what took this ship so damn long to get implemented into the game. But now it is here and we can do proper space trucking. I love it. Okay, she's a big, big, big thing. So, awaiting your arrival at cargo deck 6 to begin transfer. From what I've read, there should be a big green box waiting for me somewhere around here. I do not want to fly through the rings. Let's not do that. Oh, there it is. Not so much a green box, but a blue box. So I need to go over there now. This thing is ridiculous. I like how it's also highlighted when you are in third person as well. That makes things a little bit easier. You will level out with the station. fairly manoeuvrable, even though it's a big old beast. Sort of the lateral thrusters and things to move us around. Okay, cargo requested. We're inside our box. See if she loads us up. Unable to transfer. Vehicle must be stationary within the loading area. We are stationary now. I hope. Let's go further into the middle. We might be a bit happier then. Commencing cargo transfer. 2 minutes, apparently. Oh, there it is! There's our hydrogen slowly piling into our ship. Look at that! Oh, now it's going on that other boom on the dark side. Always the way. When I want to look at something in game and I'm recording, it happens in the dark. Okay, so that's quite clever. So I'm guessing it's going to go around all the booms for the cargo that I brought and maybe like load balance it so it's not all on one side. So the weight is a bit more distributed evenly around the ship, which is quite a cool thing. That's cool. There we go. So does that mean now we're fully loaded? Oh, no, it's doing it on the back as well. 25 seconds remaining. Maybe it's not load balancing at all. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cargo transfer complete. That it? Not throwing any more boxes. We can move outside of the area now. We'll do a cheeky little sidestep outside of the box. But there we go. Not fully loaded. I didn't spend all that much money. Spent a fair bit though. And now I need to find out where to take this. It looks as though we can kind of take it to any of the other stations. But for the sake of the video, we're going to go to Microtech. So somewhere else in the Stanton system. Microtech is over that way. Let's see how long this drive takes to spool. And if we're going to go straight to Microtech or it's going to take us to a point. No, we're going to go straight to Microtech. We want to rotate round about this much. And then we're kind of level with Microtech-ish. Drive's not taking that long to spool up. It'd be interesting to see how much fuel this thing uses. But look at that. That's pretty. I might have to use that as a thumbnail. And she's ready. See what this thing's like in quantum. Here she goes. Oh, we were just about bang on with the rotation there. It's so strange that you actually have to zoom out to fit this thing on the screen when it's extended. Here we go. I love it. I have to say, full disclosure, even though I think the Freelancer was my first ship in game when I bought a big ship after I started with a Penguin like so many other people. But I upgraded to a freelancer, and then so on and so on and so on, and you know the extensive list of ships I have now. I haven't been a fan of MISC ships for the longest time because of their letterbox view and just the aesthetic. Although I have sort of warmed to the bare metal panels and things. I like this one. I like the Hull C, not because of its extendo arms, and although they are very cool, it's obviously its party piece, but I love the whole idea of space trucking and the fact that now, outside of something like the Caterpillar, which we used for so long for cargo, and then the Hercules, which was like the king of cargo, now we have an actual proper space trucking ship after we had the Hull A, which was like the baby one. It's so very cool to be able to do some proper space trucking, do some proper cargo runs, and they've obviously implemented it in this patch so that we can do some of that with this fun little graphic that I might put on the screen, which like shows the loops of where this ship can go. This is essentially you run station to station, though, as opposed to landing planet side and selling stuff at all the various outposts around Stanton. Instead, you go to the stations that are above planets in orbit. So Seraphim, as we were, Port Tressler, which is where we're heading, Bajini Point, and the other one, which I can't remember the name of, which is really annoying. So yes, there's those station running points now is where we go and we do the trading. So I have to go and reverse the whole process when we get to the next station. So it's a bit long-winded how you load and unload cargo for this thing, and I suspect it will be even more long-winded when we get the proper the proper cargo procedures in, when the cargo decks are working properly, because what we have now is essentially a version 1 interim measure until we get the physicalized cargo as such. Or the proper physicalized cargo, not the one we have now. So, love it. I love that we have a space trucking ship. I was sort of regretting losing my 600i for now, but the prospect of being able to make a fair bit of money with this and enjoy doing some lazy space trucking just when I'm doing some other bits, or good. Star Citizen is going to very much be my space trucking simulator now, like Elite was and like Eve was. Let's see how far we've gotten. Oh, it's not particularly quick. Okie dokie, here we are. We are at Microtech. So, to start unloading this stuff, first I have to find Port Tressler. There it is. Thankfully it's pretty close. This ship is not very fast in Quantum. I don't know what drive it's got. I would have to say it's even slower than the Carrack's default drive. But the benefit of that, of course, is if you look at my fuel, it's basically used nothing when it comes to quantum fuel. So that's the plus. That's space trucking, not using much fuel, but it just takes time. So your mileage may vary, and you may have to switch out quantum drives depending on the balance that you want. It is a bit of a rigmarole to unload the cargo as you're. So like I said, it's a bit step heavy, so there's a lot of steps to it. So, first step, we have to request docking, as you can see. It wants us to go to the outer ring over here. Dock. Not land, we have to dock. I'm not sure which way this thing is going to want us to face. It looks like it wants us to go, that we are facing to our left. Does indeed. Line up our pips mostly. Roll, so we've got the correct orientation-ish. Go, and then we'll move out. There we go, there's the lighting change. So we can get it mostly right, as you can see. And then if we hold N, auto dock path obstructed. Okie dokie. I've got to do more of it myself. I guess I'm going to have to do all of it myself. There we go. Auto dock took over in the end. Bit fiddly, but we got there.
Landing complete.
And we are docked. You can see the amount of time it took to get here. It was a good sort of 15 minutes on Trump, because you can tell by the amount my hunger and thirst has gone down. Well, I'm going to do a big tour of the ship just yet. Alongside, and here's our docking port. We now need to go to the admin office here at Port Tresla. Then we need to move to the docking position like we did before, or should I say the cargo area where we were before, so that it can unload the cargo and then we get paid. So, a few steps, it's a bit of a faff, but that's what we're going to do. As you leave the elevators. I hope I can sell my hydrogen here. This is going to be embarrassing if I can't. Select our hull C. There's our hydrogen. We want to sell all of it, and we can make 63,000 credits from all of it. There we go. But as you can see here, attention, contact cargo services and bring this ship to a cargo deck to complete this transaction. Transfer to cargo deck required. So it's marked as it wants to be sold, but we haven't sold it yet because it's still stuck to all the plates on my ship. So we need to go back to the ship, back to the docking port, undock, take it to the cargo area, and let the cargo area do its thing and unload it for us. And once that's done, that's when we get paid. Or 63,000 credits worth of profit. Which, sort of from some of the stuff I've done in game, doesn't sound like that much, but I suppose it's a fair chunk. I mean, it's, what, 25%? But that's not bad. Where are we? Docking port 1. He is. And Microtech in the background. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, with the clouds and everything. Very cool.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Oh, there we go. It's finally working. To say that was a nightmare would be an understatement. So finally got it working. I think it's due to the inventory problems going on and a fair bit of server desync, but it's taken me like 3 server transfers because at first the hull C wouldn't undock, and then the desync was so bad where it wouldn't recognise I'd been parked in the cargo drop-off area, the big box you just saw me enter. But now it's finally doing it, and I'm getting my cargo removed over 2 minutes or so. You can see it's all getting plucked off in a reverse. So there is still definitely some teething issues going on, but I don't think it's the functionality of the ship that's broken. It's just the back end at the minute that unfortunately is still being pretty sloppy. There's people in chat, as I mentioned earlier in the video, still having lots of issues with inventory and things like that. So I think the back-end services are suffering a fair bit. It was just a case of sticking with it until I could get this undocked properly and get it to work by bringing it into one of these boxes. But it's working, and I'm going to get my payout, and I'll have 25% profit. So, yeah, that is the whole sea in a nutshell. I don't know if it will remove me once my stuff is undocked. My stuff is undocked, my cargo is unloaded, and I get my payment. That's going to be the big thing, is if I get the money. But I assume I will. There's our stuff getting plucked off. I did notice that it might be gone now. No, it's not. I have one little box on the right-hand panel. Can you see that there? One little cargo container that I noticed whilst I was floating around on another attempt. But we have finally gotten here. Oh, that was a bit long-winded. It's taken me the better part of, I want to say, half an hour just to get this undocked. So not the quickest way to make money, for sure. But I suppose when you're using lots and lots of money like this, it may be worth it. So, cargo transfer complete, it says. All the boxes are gone. Need to see if we get the money, which is the most important thing. $722. There we go. We've got the money. Yeah. Okay. Cargo transfer complete, and we have the money. Now I suppose I can leave and I won't get impounded. Oh, I will turn my engines back on. I actually turned my engines off so that I wouldn't get knocked out. Or I wouldn't move whilst the cargo was unloading. Sweet. There we go. Box is gone. We are done. There we go. I hope you've enjoyed this after my long hiatus of playing other video games and having fun. If you're new to the channel, please do stick around. I don't release videos all that often because I just try and do them for major content updates and new ship releases and things like that I'm interested in picking up and seeing how the game is doing as a whole. I don't go through concepts and things like that. I'm very much a person who jumps straight into the game and plays what we have available to us. So that will be things like when we eventually get Squadron 42, I will dive into that. But yeah, I don't cover like the JPEGs and things that we can buy on the website. I'm very much a ship. Buy these things as the lovely space truck that you see before you. So, thank you very much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you like this and think I deserve it, please give it a like, consider subbing if you fancy sticking around. If you're thinking of taking part in the game, feel free to use my referral code on screen or click the link below for bonus in-game money that helps me out as well. See you in the next one.